Basically, this video is just going to be about my Osces. Well, not really. It's going to be help for you actually. Study tips for you for your Osce. Not even study tips, I'm lying. It's going to be me running through my Osce, but it's going to have all the information you need for your Osce. So my Osces is going to be postpartum hemorrhage, shoulder dystocia, and neonatal resuscitation. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but yeah, I'm going to be speaking really fast because my Osce lasts 8 minutes and I need to fit everything into those 8 minutes. So make sure you pause the video to understand everything that I'm saying. Grab a pen and paper, take notes, because I'm literally going to tell you everything. But at the same time, my Osce is based on scenarios, and I'm not going to share those scenarios because it's from the uni, but I'm going to share my part of it, what I have taken from the scenarios, and go into the algorithm and everything that needs to be said in the Osce. So stay tuned. This is going to be split into 3 videos, so stay tuned for the 3 videos also. Make sure you comment and you like and you subscribe. Thank you. Sylvia's had a previous blood loss of 800 milliliters. She's also had an induction of labour and oxytocin augmentation in labour. So preparatory measures I'd put in place, I'll check her history. I'll see if there's anything on why she had 800 milliliters of blood loss. I'll see if she also knows about it and if she has any idea of why or what happened. I will also check her bloods. I'll see if there's anything to do with anemia, if there's anything to do with any clotting issues in her blood, such as low platelets or something, as thrombin time is one of the 4 reasons for PPH. I would also discuss with the midwife in charge having another midwife present at the birth and this other midwife present at the birth to also check the placenta, make sure it's complete and the membranes are complete for me immediately after the birth. I would have 40 international units of syntocinon present in the room. That is 10 international units every hour for 4 hours. To get bleeding under control if that's required. And I will also optimize physiology of the labor and make sure she's in a quiet, dark environment, minimal interruptions, and it's relaxing for her, to make the environment oxytocin rich to help with the uterus contracting back down, as the uterine tone is another reason for postpartum hemorrhage. And I also ensure that I'm giving her bladder care, good bladder care in pregnancy, to ensure that the bladder isn't obstructing the uterus from contracting. So in light of this, I will call for help. I will press the emergency buzzer. I'm expecting my soaps to be present, and I'll let Sylvia know that many people will be entering the room to help get her bleeding under control. And that will be the senior midwife, obstetrician, anaesthetist, porter, and scribe present. I'm expecting additional staff too to help, and the additional staff, I'll ask one of them to dial 2222 obstetric emergency and state clearly that's a postpartum hemorrhage and where it is, so people are aware, the blood bank is aware, and everything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rub up a contraction. I'm going to palpate and find the fundus of the uterus. I'm not expecting it to be at the point of the umbilicus. It'll probably be higher up, so I'm going to find it and I'm going to rub up a contraction in order to help the uterus contract back down. And I'll coordinate the team activities. As I have the anaesthetist present, I'm going to ask the anaesthetist to remain at the head of Sylvia to keep her in the loop of what's happening and to check her airways, her breathing, her circulation, conduct her vital signs monitoring every 5 minutes, and also to insert another cannula into her hand, a wide bore cannula. She already has a cannula inserted due to the oxytocin augmentation, so I want the anaesthetist to insert another cannula into her hand. And as the anaesthetist is doing this, to also take bloods, so the full blood count, the group and save, urea and electrolytes, clotting including fibrinogen, and a cross match of 4 to 6 units. And this will be taken by the porter to the lab to obtain the cross match and get these bloods checked urgently. I will also ask the anaesthetist to put up some colloids as we await the bloods, and this can be 1 to 2 liters. This can be Hartmann's or 0.9% sodium chloride, and you can put another liter of crystalloids. You'll put another liter of colloids if required later, but we don't want to overload her. We don't want her to have pulmonary or cerebral edema, so we're not going to give her too much fluid. The anaesthetist can also assist us and put up those 40 international units. So my midwife in charge of obstetrician will be dealing with the drugs, and I'll have my scribe writing at this point in time as well. I will then proceed to check for any trauma, as that's another reason for a postpartum hemorrhage. So I will check the perineum, I'll check the vagina, and I'll check the cervix for any trauma. I will then insert a catheter to empty the bladder, and you put a urometer in place in order to measure the urine as well, because with a lot of blood loss the kidneys can really slow down or can stop. So we just want to make sure her kidneys are okay as well. And at this point in time, I'll also conduct bimanual compression. So I'm going to use my Pringle fingers and insert my hand, and as I reach the point of the anterior aspect of the uterus, I'm going to make a fist, and I'm also going to use my other hand externally to cup over the fundus, and I'm going to keep my hands like this until bleeding minimalizes or stops, whilst the rest of my team go on to administering medications to Sylvia. So as she's already had an active third stage, whether that was syntocinon or sintimetron, we can give a second one. So we can give a second syntocinon, but we are aware that she's had oxytocin augmentation in labor. So even with the 40 units running, we're aware that this may not work as well to help the uterus to contract. But this would be 5 international units IM. The second sintimetron would be 5 international units of oxytocin, as well as 0.5 milligrams of ergometrin IM, and we will do this knowing that she's got no evidence or nothing to do with any high blood pressure in labor or her pregnancy. So yes, we can also go on to give her Carboprost. We can give Carboprost 8 times over every 15 minutes, and this would be 0.25 milligrams IM. And we could give her misoprostol, and this could be 800 to 1000 micrograms PR per rectum in 200 microgram dosages. And we can think about transdynamic acid. So transdynamic acid, though the rest of those drugs help with the uterus to contract, whereas transdynamic acid ensures that the fibrin deposits in the bleeding sites are not depleting. So that's helping in terms of the blood clotting mechanism. And we give transdynamic acid 1 gram over slow IV. At this point, we would expect Sylvia's bleeding to be under control. So I will document, in addition to what the scribe has already documented, we'll debrief Sylvia and the team on what has happened, everything that took place, every drug administered, every maneuver performed, everything that happened. And then we will document, debrief, and perform a datex in order to learn from the scenario, as well as transfer Sylvia to the high dependency unit for further observations after all of this. So guys, I did that in 7 minutes. I wonder if you guys know what I forgot. If you know what I forgot, pause this right now and leave a comment in the link below on what I forgot. Okay, I'll tell you what I forgot. So I forgot, in terms of when I was saying what the anaesthetist will be doing, to ask the anaesthetist to place a non-rebreathable mask on Sylvia and give her oxygen, 15 litres of full flow oxygen. That is so important. It's one of the first things. And I don't know if I said that would lie the bed flat as well, to prevent the blood loss coming, the blood flowing with gravity. So don't forget that for your Osce. And also, if you have time at the end like me, just run through the 4 T's again. Run through the 4 reasons why postpartum hemorrhage can occur. But yeah, you see, I forgot things. I'm about to study and do this again. I can't bother to record the video again, but I'm going to do it again myself. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this and it was useful and you took notes and you're going to be prepared for your Osce also. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe.